What is going on, Ada Nation? Fareed here from day number 2 of the NFT LV event taking place in Las Vegas. To my left is going to be Rob, founder of the Lava platform building on Cardano. Rob, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Fareed. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. We've been aiming to connect for quite a bit of time, and we've actually had a chat before this where you explained to me what Lava is. Now, for the community, they may not have heard of what Lava is, so do you mind giving us just a brief overview of what you're bringing to the Cardano ecosystem?
Yeah, for sure. So effectively, we're building a protocol that's going to allow for holders of NFTs to instantly sell those NFTs for the floor price in exchange for our utility token Lava. So effectively, it's a liquidity protocol that is going to help people to get instant liquidity, but it's also a circular ecosystem in terms of a place where you can get a new token in the form of Lava, and that Lava token has a lot of utility to be able to actually spend in flash auctions on our site. So for NFTs that others have sacrificed to our protocol and received Lava, you can spend your Lava to bid on NFTs, potentially sniping some, and those profits from those auctions or proceeds will be shared back to holders as well.
Do you mind explaining to the viewers why it's important to have a marketplace with instant trades, essentially, right? And how that benefits them as opposed to the traditional marketplaces and trading styles that we have right now?
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, as an NFT holder and enthusiast myself, one of the reasons that we set out to build this in the first place was we noticed that a lot of the floor prices on the traditional marketplaces, they tend to be very soft in times where people are looking for liquidity, because in order to get fast liquidity, you basically have to undercut the floor price and sell more cheaply. And so we felt like it wasn't really fair to those projects and to the price in more normal times. So we wanted to create a way that we could just give liquidity to people that needed it quickly in a fair way without hurting the floor prices of those projects.
So it sounds like a win-win from all aspects, right? You're able to facilitate the trade on the end user side of things very quickly or instantly. The projects will continue to benefit in the sense that their floor price is not being undercut for a quick sale or for quick liquidity. Now, you guys are building on Cardano. Do you mind touching on where you are along in the process and just how development has been going so far?
Yeah, for sure. So we've spent about the last year really ideating this concept, and we released our fire paper in March once we had really crystallized a lot of the key concepts of how this was going to work. We did a lot of modeling, bounced ideas off of all of our advisors before we went public with that. And from that time until now, we've really been fine-tuning requirements and design, both for our gamified staking app, which is tied to our NFT project, as well as for the protocol itself. The protocol from a smart contract perspective is very simple, actually. It's not necessarily groundbreaking smart contract tech. And so from that perspective, it's something that we expect is not going to take much longer than a couple of months once we actually begin the smart contract dev. We haven't started that quite yet. What we are focused on now is the UI design as well as the actual web app itself that sits on top of the smart contracts, and making sure that that user experience is very simple, very fluid, and just a great overall UX for our users.
Awesome to hear. Now, it sounds like it might be too early for me to ask, but when do you potentially see something that the end users can finally actually get their hands on, whether it's mainnet or testnet?
So we are planning to launch our gamified staking app later this year, so in December. That'll be the first time that our users and community get to see the kind of tech that we are building and can deliver. While that is related to distribution of our game tokens for our NFT project, we will be releasing that, so that'll be the first kind of tech release that we have, and we're expecting December. For the protocol itself, we're planning for an end of Q1 or March date for a testnet. And we're looking at early Q2, so April of next year, for when we're going to be doing our Lava offering.
Awesome to hear, and I'm looking forward to those two events, right? The staking as well as the actual protocol coming online. Now, there's two more things I want to jump into, and then I just want to turn it over to you for potentially any closing comments. So right now, you guys, I believe, have an NFT collection. Do you mind touching on its importance and what it actually gives the community the ability to do?
Yeah, for sure. So we actively decided to do an NFT collection as one of the key elements of our funding for the protocol, because this is a protocol that we do believe is going to really benefit all projects across Cardano in terms of helping to provide liquidity, but also support those floor prices. So we wanted to bring the community in the form of an NFT project of our own. So we have launched that. We sold 500 pieces in September, which was our first wave, which we sold out. There still are more of the NFTs available in our October and November mints, which are coming up. And by holding those NFTs, what you're going to be able to do is accumulate a gameplay token called Valorum, which is very integral to how you're able to access the Lava token at launch, as well as a way that you're going to be able to earn staking rewards and also some of those auction profit distributions from the protocol itself. So by holding the NFT now, there's going to be various ways that you will benefit from the roadmap as well as from the protocol itself once it's live.
Thank you for that overview. Now, for anybody who maybe wants to jump in and actually scoop up an NFT, is there still a way for them to do that? I believe that they actually sold out on the first initial sale. You just mentioned 2 other sales coming up, but I believe that right now there's no other way to actually mint any NFTs. But is there a way to potentially get one maybe off a secondary market or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. So you can go to JPEG Store and you can search for Relics of Magma. That's the name of our NFT collection, and you'll find the NFT collection there is available. The current floor is just a little bit above mint price, so it's still some good opportunity. And by holding those, you'll get a lot of benefits and discounts in later waves in terms of those other mints, as well as those Valorum opportunities, of which there's already some exciting stuff going on.
Thank you for that. And I'll go ahead and leave the link to the NFT collection down below as a part of today's video description. Let's keep things moving along, Rob. Let's jump into the Lava token and the tokenomics. Do you mind giving us an overview of, the utility? I think you've touched on a little bit of that already, but, why do we need a Lava token and how can we use it once the platform goes live?
For sure. So the Lava token itself is, it's the utility token. It's the token of transactions in our ecosystem. So it's what you get in exchange for sending an NFT to the protocol and selling it. It's what you can use to actually purchase at auctions. It's the only digital token that will be available to be used for auctions. So if you want to take part in those auctions and potentially get some deals, you need to use Lava. And then the other thing is that it's going to be stakeable. So by staking it, those pools of staked Lava will have the opportunity to share in those profit rewards from those auctions. And really, it's just a way for us to be able to diversify an asset-backed sort of holding of all these NFTs that end up coming to the protocol. So it could be interesting for investors as well that don't have anything to do with using the protocol, but just want exposure to a diversified pool of NFTs in Cardano, because effectively it's backed by those assets.
Interesting to hear. And I think for me, utility is a thing that a lot of projects are trying to figure out. And it sounds like you guys have sort of thought of how to integrate the token into the protocol, therefore giving back some sort of value to the token holders, which is obviously a good thing. And so I want to just pose you one last question. Obviously there's probably a lot of hurdles along the way, but what is one thing that you just want to maybe share with the community here when it comes to Lava, what you're doing and what you're bringing to Cardano?
For us, we're building this as a protocol that we feel is going to be helping a lot of projects in Cardano, as well as a testing ground for larger opportunity in the future. As more and more digital assets come around, as more and more real world assets are tokenized on Cardano, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for tools like this to be able to add value. And with other projects that are looking at how to tokenize mortgages in developing countries, or looking at how to tokenize commodities, there needs to be a range of different apps that can help to make those markets more efficient. And so that's really the long-term vision of what we're building here. And I think it's important for everyone to know that that's where we have our sights set. And while we're looking at driving a lot of initial value right now, we see this as a long-term opportunity and a way that we can actually bring a lot of value to the Cardano community upon proving this out.
Yeah, I'm excited for what you guys are doing and bringing innovation to the marketplace space, which I think is desperately needed in this space right now. We've seen a lot of new wallets and new features coming into wallets, but I don't think we've really seen a lot of new features coming into marketplaces, at least compared to some of those other categories that we have for within crypto. So for anybody who wants to join the Lava community, what's the easiest way for them to do that?
Probably the easiest way is to find us on Twitter. You can find us at _L4VA_. That's our handle on Twitter. Or our website, which is L4VA.com. And pretty much everything is there.
Awesome. Rob, I want to thank you so much for your time. To the ladies and gentlemen who are viewing this particular video, as always, if you guys appreciate content like this, I'd appreciate you guys if you could tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, consider subscribing. And if you guys have any questions for myself or Rob surrounding Lava, then make sure you go ahead and leave those down in the comment section below. And on that note, we'll see you guys in the next video.